Hey, good morning, you all. We are just going to start the new tutorial series, and it will be much less of a tutorial and more of a hands-on experience just to give you a warm refresh about the PyTorch, so that in the upcoming tutorials and series, mostly it will be hands-on working sessions in form of tutorials and courses in YouTube for free, so that you can have a better understanding and you can work with those complex models. So what we are going to teach here, or what we are going to combinely study here, is basically PyTorch, and mostly what PyTorch does and why we need to learn PyTorch basically. So it will be quick refresher about PyTorch. So instead of TensorFlow and PyTorch, we also have TensorFlow tutorials and stuffs building regarding TensorFlow, right? But PyTorch has a definitely edge when it comes to deep learning and in job market as well. People knows PyTorch can quickly grasp TensorFlow things like that, and it will be much more easier to understand PyTorch and work along with complex deep learning projects and apply for newer cutting edge jobs like agentic AI, LLMs, Gen AI, all those stuffs using PyTorch internally. So why it's required? First, your industry and research standard. Okay, you can also type this prompt in ChatGPT. You will get the same response, right? Then you will have this. It's mostly intuitive development model. So what you have to understand, it's eager execution of PyTorch. So defined by run, that means Python kind of error and debugging printing you will get. So the model executes line by line. Okay, so it's easier for debugging, standard Python debugger. Then you have a clear control flow. That means you can add the loops, conditions, dynamic graphs. By the way, anyways, your PyTorch uses tensors. You already know what is tensors, and if you don't know what is tensors, please do a 30 seconds Google search what's a tensor. It's nothing but matrix kind of thing, but it's multi-dimension. And also it's experimenting with PyTorch is much more faster, so that you can build things iteratively. Okay, and then you have a strong ecosystem for modern AI. These are all fillers and all those stuffs, not at all required, but mostly important. Python is much more production ready, and it's not just for research. Okay, it has a distributed training system, GPU and TPU acceleration, model optimization and deployment, integration with across multiple data platforms and cloud stacks. So if you learn Python, PyTorch, and build something with, let's say, Databricks, Snowflake, AWS, GCP, all those stuffs, so we'll get a win-win situation with Kubernetes and some Docker stuffs for deployment and all, and then some MLOps, Airflow for orchestration and all. So we'll go everything for data engineering, Snowflake, and DBT, all those stuffs as well as. So yeah, let's start with PyTorch and PyTorch refreshers. So this tutorial series won't be much complex. It will be very straightforward, just revisiting the basic things of PyTorch, how it works, and things to be understand and things to be kept in mind while working with PyTorch, so that later when you are building some good model and stuffs, you are working in your organization, you face some issues and you wanted to touch base quickly, what went wrong, why the model is not working, or what is the expected output versus what you are getting, so that you can quickly understand, okay, this issue is coming because of this behavior of PyTorch, and you can work along with. So yeah, that's in the first video. I'll hope that you will watch the tutorials in your free time, or whenever you will come across to my YouTube channel while searching in Google when you face issues. Okay.